I think we'll agree that there are generally 5 regions in the Asia-Pacific region. The first region will comprise China, Hong Kong, and Taiwan. Certainly a huge market with lots of opportunities. That being said, one challenge for this region is that not many local entrepreneurs or companies attract the interest of overseas investors, right? That being said, I see an increasing number of large companies pursuing acquisitions in the Asia-Pacific region in an effort to become more international and to be less dependent on the domestic market.
And then we can think about North Asia, Japan and Korea, very mature markets, particularly in Japan, somewhat lower growth, but have traditionally thought about, in the context of M&A activity, very close and very family-oriented activity without external advisors, certainly not Western advisors. But we're seeing a bit of a change in that, and we're seeing, particularly in the Japanese market, more of an interest in M&A activity, but also both from the large and the smaller players, potentially international activity.
South Asia is an interesting sub-region in a sense that the landscape is completely dominated by the juggernauts, the Wipro, Infosys, HCL, and so on. However, there are very few local companies that have reached a point where, a bit like in China, they really get the size and the quality that they can attract international interest.
Well, I suppose the Southeast Asian region, while a little bit smaller, presents an interesting opportunity or interesting region. With Singapore as a hub and with lots of vibrancy and cosmopolitan nature, Hong Kong being very similar, I think this is a region where we will certainly see a lot of growth.
Yeah, that's true, but there's also a fifth region in Asia-Pac which stands out, and that's Australia and New Zealand. For a number of reasons, one being that the market is really much more vibrant, especially in some segments such as digital marketing or engineering, and it's the case in the rest of the region, but also because you can find large buyers, very active buyers, and also very active private equity funds. So all the ingredients of the ecosystem are put together in Australia and New Zealand.
I think what all this means for us when we think about overall M&A activity in the region is deals are rarely done with the buyer and the seller in the same region. So we most often see cross-border activity, which is exciting but also a challenge. Sometimes it can drive higher value because acquirers need a geographical presence, and if they really need it, they'll pay for it. But it also can cause significant challenges structurally and just with executing the transaction. So there's certainly pros and cons to that.